As part of the band's 30th celebration of performing, we will be welcoming former directors to come back and conduct throughout the season. Tonight, we welcome one guest director. We're excited to play some tunes for you, and we hope to keep you entertained, and if not, you guys didn't try hard enough. I'm Katie Umlin, teacher at H. Terrace Schools, and your charming announcer for this performance. At this time, we don't ask her, she's got to do it whether she wants to or not. We welcome to the podium Director Ann Velaba. Ann has been teaching in the state of Nebraska for 31 years, the last 24 in Pawnee City. She also taught for the Silver Lake District of Roseland, as well as in Fairmont and Lawrence, Nebraska. This is currently Ann's second year of directing the community band. As always, we open our show with the playing of our national anthem. Please remove your head cover, stand as you are able, place your hand over your heart, and join in singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, horsemen's stripes and great stars, how the parades fly, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring out, bombs bursting in air, they knew through the night that our flag was still there. Having saved us and Star-Spangled Banner yet ran, o'er the land of the brave, and the home of the brave. Teacher of 19 years, author and composer of many great American pieces, James Poyer was considered one of the most prolific composers of the concert march. Unlike the usual military march that demands precise rhythm and articulation, the concert march is scored for a wider range of dynamics and attention to phrasing. Based on a Norwegian melody, we hope you enjoy this regal tune, Hammerfest. out a New Orleans jazz piece. You might recognize this one by one of its many different names, such as Ain't Gonna Study War No More, or Gonna Lay Down My Burden. Down by the Riverside is an African-American spiritual with roots dating back to before the American Civil War, and was used as an anti-protest song during the Vietnam War. We feature our own Dixieland band with this Zane Aachen arrangement, which includes Jan Emke from Auburn on clarinet. She didn't wave, she's kind of new to this. Allie Upland of Syracuse on tenor saxophone. Randy Purdy from Auburn on, nope, he's from Nebraska City. And Katie Eklund from Lincoln on trumpet. Hunter Jasbeck from Syracuse on trombone. Scott Vanderboe from Auburn on tuba. Daniel Reedy from Nebraska City on snare drum. And Seth Rykowski from Nebraska City on bass drum. Through the 60s. The 1960s saw the evolution of rock music and was the beginning of the album era. A wide range of styles were covered in this decade, including those such as pop, rock and roll, psychedelic rock, and progressive rock. This next selection includes such memorable tunes that shaped American pop music as Chain Gang, Only 16, You Send Me, and What a Wonderful World. We couldn't afford to get a time machine to bring back Sam Cooke. So we are featuring Jacob Patrick from Nebraska City on trumpet to woo you during the solo in Send Me. Please enjoy 60s Gold by Douglas Wagner.
Let me just mention that we have restrooms just right in this door here, and if you go through 2 double doors, it's on your right. There's another set of double doors, and the restrooms will be on your left. Please feel free to help yourself.
by British composer and bandmaster Frederick Ricketts, the inspiration for this march is one of absolute genius. Before golf had become one of Fred's recreations, he found himself strolling across the course one day, his mind and ear lost in whatever thought. He failed to respond to a golfer's shouts of the traditional "4!" So a very impatient player tried to get his attention by resorting to a loud whistle of 2 clear, distinct tones. Let's see if you can make out those notes that could have saved Mr. Ricketts' poor noggin as the band performs Clifford Barnes' arrangement of Colonel Bogey. That's what we'd like to do. We would like to take this time to feature one of our brass sections of the band, the Rootin' Tootin' Trumpets. No, they will not be performing poetry on the mistreatment they face at regular rehearsals, but instead they are going to impress you with their speed and flexibility as bullfighting matadors. Only instead of longhorn beasts, because that was really dangerous, stomping their hooves in the dust, we have long-slided trombones who taunt the trumpets from the other side of the group. As you listen, imagine them strutting around, red capes flashing, as they gracefully dodge imminent death, and are given a flirtatious wave, and give a flirtatious wave and a bow to the senorita with the flower. They didn't make it. This is Frank Colford's Trumpets! They're getting better.
Oh, wow.
films that were classic staples of many people's childhoods, starting all the way back in 1937, when the first film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, was released as a feature-length animated film. Several of their works have been released as stage productions and have dazzled the stages of Broadway and theaters around the world. First performed live in 1997, winner of 6 Tony Awards, and with music written by Elton John, The Lion King is still performed worldwide. While we couldn't afford to bring all the special effects, we hope you can still imagine the animals walking down the rows during Circle of Life. See the rhino sit on Zazu at the end of I Just Can't Wait to Be King. See Timon and Pumbaa strut away during Hakuna Matata, and envision the stars as Nala and Simba sing Can You Feel the Love Tonight? This is John Higgins' arrangement of The Lion King. to feature Mr. Randy Purdy in the back on trumpet and Jan Emke on clarinet during the duet there. This is their break. I don't get one. Such slave taskmasters. That mean Ann Villava back there. This is the Southeast Nebraska Community Band's 30th season of making music for the enjoyment of audiences throughout the area, as well as for the enjoyment of ourselves. We are a congenial, diverse group of music performers whose ages range from 14 to 86. Through the years, over 200 musicians have been a part of the band. The organization has performed over 400 plus concerts. Members represent the Nebraska counties of Cass, Gage, Johnson, Lancaster, Nemaha, Odo, Pawnee, Richardson, and Seward. The Missouri County of Atchison is also represented. If you are interested in joining the band, contact Ann Villava or one of us after the concert. Don't worry about being qualified enough. All are welcome and we don't judge. Our trumpets do, that's a lie. Like us on Facebook for the latest updates as we continue our 2024 tour. Hydrated and ready there? Okay. Catherine Lee Bates was the poet behind the words that would evolve into one of the nation's most beloved patriotic songs. On an expedition to the top of Pikes Peak, Bates found herself drawn to the sea-like expanse of fertile country underneath ample skies. After her words were published in a weekly newspaper, it was quickly set to music by S.A. Ward. Bates was surprised at the success of her work, but reflected on the reason of it being that Americans hold at heart idealistic, fundamental truths of human brotherhood. In fact, the patriotism for this song is still so strong that it has been performed before every Super Bowl since 2009. This is Cameron Dragon and Jay Dawson's concert band arrangement of America the Beautiful. matter what you call it, any good polka includes an accordion. Okay, we never said that we were fantastic polka players, so don't judge us. Our next 3 tunes that we will play for you are all polkas that you might be familiar with. You can clap in between the numbers or not, it's up to you. The first song in the set is composed by a Czech composer, and I always butcher this name because I'm not Czech. František Kovařík, titled Barbara Polka. The second piece is one that usually tells a story of a significant other who only seems to want their honey when they have money. I wonder what happens. We'll have to wait and find out. That's Led McLeod's arrangement of Yolanda Polka. And last but not least, no polka party would be complete without some good old classics that make you want to stand up and start moving. If you haven't caught on, this is your turn to get to be part of the show. There are 4 easy steps. I bet you can all do them. First one. That's all right, you got some time to catch on. Second one. Yeah, third one. And then the last one. Oh, you guys need to work on your clapping. There, I love it. Feel free to sit and enjoy it, the first 2 songs in Polka Party arranged by Paul Murtha, the Pennsylvania Polka, and Just Because. But when the third one, the chicken dance, comes, don't be afraid to join in and stand. wasted. Oh, my darling, he's the one for me. Patriots were simple citizens who unexpectedly became the first soldiers to take up arms and defend the young nation against tyranny seeking to limit freedom of people. There were no extravagant bands to encourage those who were marching forward into battle. Only the young boys recruited to boost morale and enable the field. Okay, I swear I wrote this. The field communication through fife and drum corps. The higher registers of the fife made it easy to hear over the chaos of the field battles. These corps were also instrumental in signaling to soldiers in the camp when to wake up, fetch wood or provisions, and show up for church. James Poyer's Salute to the Patriots is a tribute to the men and women who struggled to serve and protect the early United States. This spirited concert number depicts songs that express the nation's history. Listen as each section of the band takes its turn leading the forward march into battle, while the percussion section keeps everyone at pace. This is Salute to the Patriots. dad, and one of last year's directors, Michael Coffey of Humboldt. A graduate of Doane College, he will be going into his 4th year of teaching music at HTRS Public Schools, and is one of the group's few but mighty trombone players. Now, who can resist the wonders of a march composed by John Philip Sousa? No concert would be complete without a piece by the American March King. Stars and Stripes Forever continues to be one of Sousa's most played marches to this day. Sousa's sense of patriotism was so strong that he became homesick while in Europe and came up with the piece as he paced the deck of the ferry on his way back to the United States. We feature Ann Velaba from Pawnee City on the piccolo. This is Stars and Stripes Forever.